Okay, cool. Alright, so this one is the thing about religion. And the thing about religion with me is I found out at a very young age. I was like 7 or 8. Um, and I remember them telling the Sunday school teacher telling us about how Jesus died for our sins and how she was trying to make sense of it. And I cried about it because I'm a little girl and I'm like, oh God, this guy. And they showed us um, the reenactment. Um, the crucifixion or something like that. And like I wasn't the only one crying, and I honestly think I was crying because other people were crying. But I asked my dad like what was that, and I remember him clearly telling me he's like, "Oh, you're being saved." I was like, "How am I being saved?" He's like, "Jesus is you're welcoming Jesus into your heart." And this and that, and I'm like, that's why I'm crying, because like this poor dude like died because all these people are crazy. Like that's what I was thinking. I was like, these people crucified this dude because he was spreading a word of his belief. And I was like, that's like what? That's sad. That is really sad. And he was like, no. He's like, that's not what it is. Whatever. He tried to make sense of it to me, and it just never made sense. And from there on out, I asked questions. Um, to me, especially the Bible and Christianity, since that is the one that I've spent the most time with, um, and was born into. Um, the Bible is written in a way where you can use any of it to justify things that you do, or to at least forgive you for the things that you do, so that your conscience is clear and free to do, well, live life, whatever. Especially like also in Catholicism, like you go in and you talk to a small, um, little old man, and you tell him all of the horrible, horrible things you've done in your life, um, to get it off your conscience, so you can continue in life and not even worry about it. So you can be like, you could be the most evil, badass, uh, whoa, my hand looks weird. Um, you could be the, badass business person and screw over millions of people and this and that and this and that, and know what you're doing, and then go in and talk to your your priest and tell him everything that you've done. Then you can go back to work the next day and do it all over again. It's in a way psychology before psychology. They obviously knew that, you know back in the day, whoever was writing the book these books, there was many. They knew that they needed to control people. They had to figure out how to, and they had to at least give them incentive and keep them going in this world, life, reality, whatever you want to call it. So, with that said, I can't smoke cigarettes like I used to. I have a headache now. That sucks. Woo. But with that said, you can use it to your discretion, and that's when I realized for sure, that it's all bullshit. Um, it's like barely keeping people from doing the right thing. That's why there are so many, shady Christians. I'll just say it like that. They're supposed to be, oh, so holy, and, they're the nicest people in the world. No, a lot of the churches that I went to, all of those people would talk crap about you if you missed a day, even if you were sick or whatever. Like, that's just ridiculous. Instead of, like, calling you and checking up on you, or even, like, making an effort to say hi to you when they see you in the grocery store, or like stuff like that. It was just so disconnected, and I was like, and that's when I was like, a teenager. I figured, isn't this supposed to be a community thing? What is this? This is all bullshit. You guys are going to church to look good now, so that's the only reason why you're there at 9 in the morning, is to look good. Because if you don't, everyone's gonna talk about you. Wow, awesome. Your life is so meaningful. But I don't know. It's all psychology if you really want to look at it. I mean, you create this thing that is going to send you into this other thing that it created, that's worse than the situation that you're in right now. And yeah, but like at the same time, it loves you and it um, has a plan for you, and it's just very, I don't know, whatever. It's like, yeah, that's ingenious. Create this thing that, you're gonna tell everyone that they're gonna go to hell and they're gonna burn forever. Have you ever been burned? Yes. It's gonna be like that, but a million times worse, and like they just manipulate them into manipulate the people into believing this, and they're like, oh no, because we can't prove that there isn't a god, so whatever, this could happen, so I'm not going to take the chance of burning in hell forever, whatever hell is, after I die and I don't have a body and can't feel anymore, which they didn't know that back then, of course. um, and just things, I'm just like, this is such, it's a manipulation, like it's a manipulating machine. There we go. And it spits out these people who think they're doing a great thing, and like they're really just perpetuating something that's always been there, or perpetuating something like this monster that's been created. And and then the whole love thing, and the whole prayer thing. You pray to get it off of your conscience of the things that are bad or the things that you need, or would like to get better or whatever. And get it off your conscience, and yeah, you continue your life. But that's, I remember when I was younger, I would ask my dad, so if God, like, hears all these prayers, like, how is he hearing them all, and does he answer them, or how does that work? And he's like, well, no one ever knows how it works, or how he does his miracles, but he does hear all of them. And I'm like, does he, like, because at the time we had, email and things were like, popping off like that. And I was like, does he have like an email full of like, and I don't know, I was really, really young. And he was like, no. He's like, I don't know how he does it, but he does, and whatever. And that's because he's God. And he would just end the conversation right there. Uh, I don't know, whatever. It just didn't make sense to me. I'm like, whatever. It's just a way for all of us to get that out of our minds and into the, whatever, the God pool, whatever. Um, I don't know. Oh, 8 minutes. Wow, already. Well, cool. I thought this was gonna be harder than whatever, but that's the thing about religion with me. I'm just um, doubtful in it. Um, yeah, especially since I can see from the outside, and when I was in there inside, the horrible, horrible um, obstacles you have to go through to just be a Christian friend or whatever, as a Christian, as a fellow Christian, how difficult it was. And how pointless, and how none of them are friends now, and I'm glad I didn't waste my time, and thank you for watching. I hope to make maybe one more video. I don't know. I'm getting tired. It's only Friday. I need to stop getting tired. Yeah, it's 9. Alright, well, maybe blog TV? I don't know. See how many people aren't doing anything today.